Group A, Germany 2, Hungary 0. Euro 2024. The host nation punching their ticket to the next round with 6 points, 2 victories. So, some thoughts here. Hungary is going to be a little bit disappointed with themselves, knowing that they had opportunities to score and level the match in the first half, while lapses in concentration really cost them. And I think that if you look at the heroics of both Neuer and Kimmich in this game, it really prevented Hungary from getting on the score sheet. But this was a night and day performance compared to their opener against the Swiss. And this is just about in line with what Hungary do, playing to the level of the opponent. Performing up against one of the powerhouses and one of the favorites to win this tournament, but looking very lackluster and all-around inferior to a team that is more or less should be on their level, that being Switzerland last week. So it's not surprising, but it is disappointing, even as a neutral. Germany, I'm going to say this. They were very good again, and this is probably the best they have looked at a major tournament since winning the World Cup in 2014. Now, of course, the bar is a little bit low considering they haven't had success in any tournament really since Euro 2016. But the start they've gotten off here as hosts, the engine is humming, 2 relatively comfortable, dominant victories. It's looking quite good. Kimmich and Mittelstadt moving up as far as they were left a lot of space, however, which is one crack I think Nagelsmann will have to eventually address. And Ta and Rudiger, they did a good job of stopping a lot of the Hungarian attacks, but it still led to some opportunities for Hungary, and I think once Germany comes up against another powerhouse in the competition, it's going to be a real test if they can avoid getting exploited by that. I felt that Kimmich, in particular, he had moments where he showed some weakness at the back line, even though he did save a goal. That highlight did cover up some frailties on his part, I believe. Musiala and Gundogan, of course, were the obvious standouts. I mean, they got the 2 goals in this game, 2 great goals. I think both of them were worthy of man of the match, but I think that Jonathan Tah was also in particular very good too. He'd come up with some great tackles and recoveries all match long. Germany look like a machine again. And I will say, as somebody that has a soft spot for Bayern Munich, I will say, though, Leroy Sané, he can be very frustrating to watch because it seems like he just always makes the wrong decision when he's in a bit of space. And I hate to say this, but I don't think he should be coming in early on the pitch anymore. I thought that Kai Havertz had a really decent first half with his movement. The team overall is pretty balanced. A couple of shaky moments at the back line, like I said, just to reiterate. But I like watching this side under Nagelsmann, I really have to say. A big positive under Nagelsmann is that Germany's massively improved their play against low blocks. There were quite a few games under Flick and Jogi Löw where Germany kind of struggled to penetrate and break down a low block that teams would set up against them. And that's changed for the better under Nagelsmann. You could make an argument that playing Gundogan higher up the pitch was key to winning this, plus pairing up with Wirtz and Musiala together. It has worked out pretty well against most people's skepticism. And based on what I've seen so far, of all 24 teams, from what I've been able to catch, Germany does seem like the best equipped side to deal with teams that will sit in deep and seek to absorb pressure. Kroos and Gundogan, they just allow you to make the best decision in the final third every time. Musiala's dribbling can create a chance from nothing. Wirtz's long shot threat is always there as well. So Germany never lacked talent during those awful 5-6 year stretch where they were struggling in the last years of Low and with Flick. It's just that they had the team, but they just couldn't get it flowing. They couldn't get it working together. This side looks a lot more balanced and progressive on the ball, and their confidence is building as this tournament goes along. And I'm still I'm not going to, to peg them to win this tournament, but they might actually be the favorite right now. If they can figure out how to deal with press and counters, I'm not sure anyone can beat them at this tournament. I do wonder how they'll approach the Switzerland game on Sunday. On one hand, they could rotate the squad, give key players a rest, and avoid someone getting a suspension via yellow card accumulation. On the other hand, they could try to win the group and likely get themselves an easier match in the round of 16, though of course they just need to get a draw in order to win the group. So, we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll want to put out another dominant performance to end the group stage with, I don't know, a double-digit goal difference for all we know. That would be quite a statement. So, with Hungary, you're still alive, but you're going to have to beat Scotland, and you're going to have to do so either handsomely or hope that somebody else in another group cannot make up the goal differential. It's looking like an early exit for Hungary. It's disappointing, but I wouldn't go so far. If that happens, I would not go so far as to say that the dark horse label they were given heading into this tournament was undeserved. It's just when you're in a group with the host nation, you're already up against it, and you're coming up also against a Swiss team that is pretty much a tournament team. So it could just be a circumstance of the difficulty of the group, in all honesty.